Katiana and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys what is on my iPad. I have the iPad Pro 12.9 inch, I believe, and I love it so much. It is the best investment ever. I use it for school and for YouTube. I edit my videos on my iPad. I got this case from Amazon, I think, and I also have the second generation Apple Pencil. I highly recommend. It makes it so much easier to write, especially for school. I do all my notes and stuff like that on here. I honestly use my iPad more than I use my laptop, so I love it so much. It is the best investment ever. If you're thinking about getting one, I highly recommend. So let's get into what's on my iPad. So you open the iPad, I just have the lock screen, nothing special. I get all of my wallpapers from my iPad on Pinterest, or sometimes I make collages, but I usually just get it from Pinterest. This is my home screen. I just have one page. It makes it so much easier, and then I have folders separating everything. So on the top row, I just have the App Store, calendar settings, my Chase app, photos, and Google Photos, just like, the basics. And then I have the camera, contacts, mail. I have so much mail, I know. It's an issue. Then I have Gmail, and then next to it I just have the random folder, which is just the apps that come with the iPad that you don't really use that much. So you have like reminders, notes, clips, files, Apple Store, numbers from my iPhone, maps, shortcuts, iTunes, photo booth, GarageBand, Pages, fitness, a ukulele tuner because I have a ukulele at home. That app is good for tuning it, and then Messenger for WhatsApp. So I have WhatsApp on there also, which I don't really use on here, so I don't know why it's on here, but anyways. Then I have the editing folder, and I honestly probably use this folder the most, but I use this folder and my school folder the most probably. So in my editing folder, I have VSCO, and I actually use VSCO to edit my YouTube videos. I put the filter on VSCO. I have Facetune, characters, Unfold, Prequel, Layer, Square Ready, Unum, GoPro, Pixar, Canva Stories, which I use to edit my promo things on Instagram stories. I use that app. iMovie, I used to use iMovie to edit my videos. I do not anymore. And then I have Me Too. I think that's how you say it. I honestly don't know what this app is for because I don't use it. Then I have Mojo, Pixstitch. A lot of these are good for photo editing, not really for videos, so I'll explain the ones I use for videos as I go along. Procreate, which I use for my thumbnails sometimes to outline stuff and draw things. I use Procreate. It is a paid app, but it's totally worth it. You can also use PixArt. PixArt's a good one for drawing too. And then I have Tezza, Fonto. I use that for all of my thumbnails. And then the Eraser app is good for erasing stuff in the background if you don't want it. Canva, I also use that for thumbnails sometimes. And then Villo is how I edit all of my YouTube videos. I use Villo. It's perfect. It's so much better than iMovie, and I feel like you can get the same effect using Villo as you can with what's the one that all the YouTubers use? I completely forget what it's called. I'll put it on the screen, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The one that's $400. Yeah, I just use Villo and I feel like I get the same effect, so it's great. Works for me. Then I have Facetune Video. I don't use that. Video Lead. Then I have Lightroom. I really don't use Lightroom on my iPad like that, but I have it. And then Facetune. Then in the next row, I have FaceTime, Messages, Clock, Google Drive, my shopping folder. And I have so many stores on here. Student Beans is an app where you can get coupons. They have discounts for students. It's amazing. I highly recommend. Fetch, I also have it on my phone. You take pictures of receipts and then you gain points. I don't use it on my iPad that much, but I have it. Shop is amazing. If you don't have it, I definitely recommend. Basically when you order things, you can link it through Shop, and I think it saves trees or something, or they plant trees, something like that. I just know it's good for the environment, and it makes it really easy when you shop. And they also give you details on shipping, if it delivered, stuff like that. So I love the Shop app. Then I have games, and I love playing games on my iPad. I don't have time anymore because of school, but I love playing games. Okay, so that's the games folder. And then I have SoundCloud, Music, Musy, which is kind of like SoundCloud, but you can find the audio of YouTube videos. So like I love to get like Ariana's interviews and just listen to them. It's like listening to a podcast. I love it. So that's honestly all I use Musi for, is to listen to her interviews, because I love listening to her interviews. So that's what I use Musi for. And then I have Spotify, and then education, my education folder. This is where I have all my school stuff. So I have Navigate, UB Mobile, Discord, Zoom, e-reader, which is the Chegg app. That's where some of my books are. I don't have any on there this year, but I did for some of my previous classes. SmartBook is another one for textbooks, but I don't have any this year. GroupMe is for like texting people in your classes, but mine isn't working, so that's great. Then I have Brainscape, which is an app where you can get like flashcards for literally anything. And when I tell you anything, I mean anything. It's like pre-made flashcards. You can also make your own, but they have flashcards for anything and everything, so it's great. And then Duolingo. Then I have WepaPrint, which is how we print stuff here. And then Socratic, Busuu, which is like a language learning app. Spanish Dictionary is great. I don't use Google Translate because I don't trust Google Translate. Spanish Dictionary is so much better. Then I have a calculator app, Babbel, which is another language learning app, Quizlet, Wattpad. Yeah, I think it's called Wattpad. It has like Spanish books on there. Not books, but like readings. I don't use it that much, but that's what it's for. Slack, Dictionary, Docs, iFont, which is how I get different fonts for my notes. So if you guys want to see how I take my notes, I will definitely show you guys how I do that, because I use that app to get different fonts to make my notes look like pretty. That's what I use. Then I have Duo Mobile, a Haitian Creole app to learn Creole. If you guys don't know, I'm Haitian, so I'm trying to learn. And then I have Iwa, which I think is another reading app for like Spanish. And then I have Box, which is how we like send stuff sometimes in my classes. And then the last folder I have is the socials app. This is where I have all my social media and all that fun stuff. So I have Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest. I use Pinterest all the time. Dramatics is an app that you can no longer download anymore, but that's how I watch all of my movies that are on like Netflix or Hulu or like all that stuff. I go on Dramatics and they have everything. And that's how I also watch The Voice, because I don't have cable, so I just watch it on Dramatics. Then I have Triller. I don't use that anymore, but I just keep it for like memories. Netflix, TikTok, Apple TV, Instagram, Snapchat, Disney Plus, YouTube Studio, which is how I look at all my YouTube stats and all that stuff. The CW app, Hulu, Cameo. I have Gabby DiMartino on Cameo, but I like never go on it. So yeah. And then lastly, I just have Messenger for Facebook. Don't use it, but I have it. So that is basically, oh, no, it's not. On the bottom, I have Notability, which is the app I use to take all of my notes. Then I have the Blackboard app, which is how I like look at my classes for school. And then I have Notion. I completely forgot I had this app on here, but you can basically like make schedules for yourself. I used this last semester and I really should use it this semester too, because it was so helpful at like organizing everything. Like I use my planner, but I don't know, Notion is just different, like just checking off everything throughout the day. It's just so much easier, and I also have it on my phone, so throughout the day I can just like check stuff off, and it's great. So I love Notion. But yeah, that is all that is on my iPad Pro. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and again, I love the iPad so much. If you're debating about getting one, I highly recommend. You don't have to get like the 12.9 inch or like the Apple Pro. You don't have to get any of those. Any iPad will do. In my classes, I see so many people use iPads, but yeah, I highly recommend, especially for college. I used an iPad all throughout high school and it was great, and I just love the fact that I can keep everything from all of my semesters, all my classes on my iPad on one app. So I have everything there and it's great, and I love it so much. So that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.